Live. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, White Flag. How you doing, T? I couldn't make it back downstairs. Hi, Miss Cynthia B. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I couldn't want to make it downstairs, T. I decided to do the live right here in my bed. It's a hot, hot day. I have AC running in my room, and I also have the fan on me. You know. Hello, everyone. Hello. How you all doing? Welcome. If you're new here, I don't mind if you subscribe to me and give me a little thumbs up or press a like button. But anyway, we'll be talking about something in a short little while. I'm just waiting for a few more people to come on. Yeah, really, really bad here today, man. Really, really bad. Very bad day. It's so hot here today. You know, I'm going to be posting up it's like a brata. You know, we call brata tea. Hi, Miss Vanessa. How you doing? It says a little brata I'm going to put up. Hi, Cynthia Griffins. How you doing? Griffiths. I'm sorry. Griffiths. Hi, Miss Erica Gordon. How you doing? How you doing? You know, how's everybody doing tonight? That's good. That's good. So I'm just waiting for a little bit more people to come in and I'm going to start talking. Hi, I'm Miss Spirit. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good, thank you. We're in New York. Uh, I'm okay, Miss Spirit. I'm okay. Thank you very much for asking. I'm okay. Thank you. Yes. New York had a kidnapping yesterday, but he woke up. Okay, Max. Well, listen, Max, go to another room for me, all right? Because I don't see, you know, if you want to come into the room, say hi to someone, you know, all right? But I'm talking about something else. I'm sorry about that. Yes, I did cut my hair. I didn't cut it all the way off. It's a little bit at the back. It's a little bit at the back. I didn't cut it all the way off. Hey, Randingo, brother, how you doing? How you doing? Yes. Okay, well, I'm going to start talking now. Well, today, guys, yesterday we seasoned up something. I'm going to post this video on my mom's wall a little bit later on tonight. Again, it's just a little brata. We could not finish the video, guys. It was so hot today. And not only that, we were running short on time where I had to put the camera down and rock and roll and jump in and help mom as well. And then it just couldn't happen. It was just too hot to do what we were doing today. But while I was outside today, guys, and I'm trying to remember, I was speaking to another subscriber and it kind of touched me. You know, when I looked at my mom today and I said to myself, wow, you know, mom is really getting, older, and I really started thinking back with my mom and saying what's going to happen, guys. And I look back at it and I was saying to myself, whatever happens to mom now, what would happen to me? What would I do? You know, um, I have nothing in plan, nothing really in place what I want to really do. And, and I said to myself, here it is. I used to take care of patients, and I'm always advising them what to do. And here it is. It's coming soon for me with mom and pops, and I have nothing in place. So, why I'm talking about this tonight, guys, I want you guys to listen very well. If you have some loved ones out there, or your mother, your grandparents still, you need to talk to them. You need to sit down and figure out what they really want, and to put things in place, guys. You all know what I'm talking about. To put things in place, like medical documents. Who's going to take care of her? You're going to put into a nursing home. You're not, which of course, my mother definitely not. So, everything started running across my head today. I literally, in my heart and so like that, was crying today when I looked at my mom sitting outside, and just for a few minutes with the heat, and she couldn't breathe, and she's outside making, cooking what she was cooking, which I'll post up later on. And I said to myself, same thing I was talking to my patients about. Look at mom, this is all crawling up on me, guys. She's still strong now, guys, but, you have to look ahead. You really have to look ahead, guys. Yeah, it's also in Jamaica, the heat. Yes, Miss Mackenzie. Yeah, you guys have to look ahead. And it's the same thing, I do have to look ahead. What am I going to do, And what is she going to need? Who's going to help me to take care of mom? And pops. I mean, what is her wishes? All of these things, and it's a hard subject, guys. It's a really hard subject. It's a really hard subject where I do not know how to really sit down and talk with mom with something like this. It's a hard subject, guys, a really hard subject, but it has to be done. Don't wait for that last moment. I remember one of my patients that I was taking care of, and I was telling them, the same thing, about their father, that they need to think ahead on what he wants. Nobody knew what was his wishes. Nobody knew nothing at all. There was no medical plans out there. Okay, Marky bad. Big up, Marlon. Big up to Marky. Yeah. Thank you, Randinger. Thank you. Yes. So, I really just sit and look at my mom today, and I said, oh my God, I see a lot of difference in her, where she's not strong and like that anymore. When she lifts up something, I hear how she breathes, or the moaning, the thing. And I started to say this, guy, I see my mom doing this, and I do edit my videos and so what. I do see my mom. I'm sorry, guys. Some older people, when they just not realizing what they're doing and they do their mouth like that. I see my mom doing that, and she doesn't know, because when I remind her about it, she's like, she doesn't even know that she's doing it. It's natural, The heat outside, definitely, they cannot manage this kind of heat. So we had to cut that video. I still said I'm going to post up a little bit on her wall. It's a brata. It's not a full video. You'll see where she was seasoning what she was seasoning and cooking what she was cooking outside. But that heat, in less than 5 minutes, she was sweating like no tomorrow. And we had to stop it, guys. We had to come in and do it. And we were cooking for some friends, and we had to just come inside and just rush it really quickly. So I couldn't record anything else after that. But it's maybe about 17 minutes long, and I'm going to share it with you guys later on, all right? I want you to see. I do not know if you guys are going to see. Hi, Lisa. Lisa's World. J.A., how you doing? How you doing? I want you to see what I'm talking about with mom. Look into her face, and I can see, guys, because I know my mom very well. I see how weak she's getting, and I, here it is. I'll be honest with you. I've been very lazy around the house, not outside, but I've been lazy inside the house, where pops one cleaning the kitchen and wiping and sweeping and them doing everything. I normally just record videos, do these things, and I would do the garden and things like that. But I think I need to step up a little bit and start helping more inside and outside of the house with them. You know, um, Running to the supermarket when they really need it instead of me saying, "Hey, you guys can go." You know, I mean, they're not strong enough anymore. I just see it. I see it, guys, and it brings a lot of sadness to my heart. I do see it with my mom. I'm happy she's cooking and keeping moving, and so like that. I'm very happy for that. I really am happy to see that she pushes to get up to go and cook and everything. But after that, when you see, that's it. When the video is done, it's like takes so much out of her, so much out of her, and it's something I have to look into, and I need to talk to her about putting things in place. If anything should ever happen to her or pops, what would they like? Where do they want to bury here? They want to bury all of these things, guys. It's a hard subject, but again, we have to we have to reach out to our loved ones and find out what they want, right? Um, so I'm just gonna say, if you guys want to make any comment, can jump in and help me with this, because I've been feeling trapped with this quite a bit. But today I saw more of it. Today, when I looked in my mom's face, I was just looking at her, and I was just watching her, and the tears. I was like, wanted to come out, and I was holding back because I was just thinking about stuff in my head, and it, it's not nice, guys, when you see her like that. I just see my mom just wearing out, just totally wearing out, guys, totally wearing out. And I would say, well, she's only what, 76, 77. She's still young, but no, I can see she's feeling it. She really is. And I need to speak to the other siblings, but to talk to them is like talking to a brick wall. Talking to a brick wall, you know what I mean? So it's just my mother and I. It's really just my mother and I. I can't really speak to them about nothing, you know? Well, you see, that is it, Janella. She's not at that point yet. It's different. She's not at that point yet, and she don't want to feel. Nobody want to feel like it's over for them. They want to be very independent. You understand, Janella? I try to give them their space and let them do as much as they can do and want to do. Right? I just have to jump and help out a little bit around the house, and I'll be honest with you. I've been since YouTube. I'll be honest with you. I've been stuck on YouTube. I finished doing what I'm doing. I'm on the phone or on the YouTube nonstop. I don't spend time with her. I really don't spend time with mom. We're in the same house, just the food. I go and check on her to see if she's okay. From once we know that we're both in the house, and it's like we're okay. I lock up in my room. She's in her room. But I think I need to do more things with like mother and son. I want to bring back those days, mother and son. I know she don't feel strong enough to go outside anymore or anything like that. Hi, Avis, how you doing? I did a living will. Doctor have the forms. Yes, we have to do that. I did set up. I'm the medical proxy for my mom, right? But I think the other brothers and sister needs to also be on that as well too, because if I'm gone, my brother is not on there, the medical proxy. He wouldn't even know what to do. You know what I mean? But he needs to be there for his mom as well. I need to find out in place. I'll be honest with you. It's sad to say this, and again, guys, it is very, very hard. You know, a couple of years ago, I took out, which, guys, I did not finish paying for it. I am going to continue paying for it myself. I took out I bought three plots. One for my mom, one for pops, and one for myself. Right? It's right down the road from my home. And I'm going to put that down. And, I want to definitely, if anything ever happened, to be there beside my mom. So all of these are little steps I'm talking about, guys. Where do you guys want to be buried? The medical proxy. Do you want to be resuscitated if something goes wrong? Um, all of these little things. I need to find out later on and put things in place now that if something happens to mom or pops, you know, maybe I can stay here and take care of them, or do I pay somebody to come in and take care of my mom and my dad? Can I manage it? I'm not sure. I would literally have to go down, sit down with some counselor to see if I can really manage that. Of course, I want to be a part of it, but there's certain things I might not be able to manage because my heart is too sensitive with my mom and my pops. It's very sensitive, guys. So these are things I have to sit down in place and talk about. Hey, Garfield. Yes, D and family. I know we have to face it, but we want to face it, but we want to be able to put things in place. That wait for that moment to come. We don't want to, that moment to really come. We have to put things in place. What she can do, what she can't do anymore. Um, I really don't think, even although she loves it sometimes, is outside cooking. I think it's something that I'm going to have to talk to her about. And I don't really want her to go outside and cook anymore because you see that smoke outside? It's not good for her because she does have a breathing problem too. She can cook inside, it's fine, but the outside, which she loves her outdoor cooking, you know, it's not good for her. I can see how she breathed afterwards. General, you might be going to Jamaica soon, so you have to leave. So well, we have Walter is here with me. So Walter comes in. My brother, I spoke to him today. Well, we yelled at each other today. Uh, T was on. T walked in. T just had call when he walked in, and me and him was just going at it. That's brothers. We fight all the time, but yet we love each other, right? Um, so I spoke to him and let him know that I'm leaving soon to Jamaica, and I would want him to pay attention and stop over. Not just not calling mom, because one thing with mom, guys, mom hide things from us because she don't want her to hurt her kids. So when she's in pain or something, sometimes she don't want us to know. She hides it. She tries to keep it. So he has to stop over and look at her physically. It's anywhere I'm at, guys. Just if I was in Florida or anywhere I'm at, when I call, I just don't want to call on the phone and talk to her. I want to be able to see her because I can look into her face and tell you if she's in pain or if something is going on. And I want my brother to learn these things as well because who can tell? I might not be around forever either. Nobody knows, And if I have to travel, I need him to jump in and step in. So I have to really sit down and talk to him as well. No, she's strong, but not as strong as what she was before, Miss Smith. She's not as strong. I look at her today, and I saw it. I was sitting down and just watching her. I was recording at one point, and I was just watching her. And it's not the same. It's really not the same. It's not the same. You know, I know my mother not going to be that Hercules woman, to me that she was before. But nobody want to see it. No kids want to see their parents go down. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to see that. I just want to make sure I have things in place. And I thought it was a great subject to come up and talk about because I know a lot of people do not talk to their loved ones or family about this, right? It is a subject where I do not know how to approach it to my mom. Yet I can help you, and you and everybody else, but I cannot help when it comes to me sitting on talking to my mom. It's very hard. Hi Viola, how you doing? I love your name, Miss Taylor. I love your name. Yes, it's very hard. It's really hard when it's your mother. How do you sit down and really sit down and talk to her about that? How do you talk to pops about things going on? And they're in denial. They're in denial. They're all in denial. I see pops doing certain things, and I said to myself, you know, that's a touch of Alzheimer's. Same thing I have. I do. If you tell me something right now, I can forget it in two twos, you know, and I can't remember it. So I've been trying to write down as much as I can. Yes, DN family, it's not easy. It's not easy. You're welcome, Miss Viola. But yeah, I gotta get all the paperwork. You need to find out what you can get, what help you can get for your loved ones. If you're here overseas, especially in America, England is different, Canada will be different. Even Miami is a little bit different from here. You know what I mean? And sometimes the government will give you a little help. She's not ready for that yet, right now. Hi, Miss Henry, how are you doing? Yeah, blessings to this Saint Vincent. Yeah, it's not. She's not ready for that as yet. I want them to be independent. They want to still do as much as they want to do. But when do we call that shot? When do we stop? When do we stop even to say you can't drive anymore? When do we stop and say, okay, you can't do YouTube anymore? You know, when do these things happen? When? Those are the things I'm talking about. You know, um, she don't. Sometimes she's in pain. She tries to hold it. No, she needs to go to the doctor and check it out. She has insurance. Go and find out what it is. You have to push her. You have to push my mom. My mom will just stay there and thinking she could take care of it, and in a couple of days she'll be okay. No, then things can go wrong, and it's too late. So these are the little things that I am dealing with. I know some of you guys might be dealing with it, or some of you guys are dealing with it right now and don't even know what to do. So I just thought it was a great little subject to come up and talk about. So you can jump in, please. If you don't want to write in the room, I respect that. I know some people are just they're watching the TV, guys. So I found out that a lot of my subscribers are watching the TV, where they cannot type in, where they cannot do certain things. But I respect you all watching me. So those who are watching TV, I'm talking directly to you right now. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But if you can find your son or somebody to send me an email at chung428 at aol.com, I would still love to hear your thoughts. That won't be published. That's between you and I. All right. So I'll put up that in my link, my email address. Please to tell your kids or someone who to me, to send me an email, and I would love to hear what you have to say. So I know a lot of you not um, on a phone and not on a laptop. You're watching me from the TV. I respect that, and I send my love to you guys. And I thank you very much for all the prayers for my mom, myself, and pops and my family. And I'm sending back my prayers to you guys too. Thank you very much. I miss Marine. How you doing? Thank you. Boy, Miss Marine, it's a hot one today. It's a really hot one today. Guys, I have my AC on and I still feel the whole house feel hot still. The AC is running downstairs. Boy, our electric company going to be so happy this time around. Yes. Garfield, she cannot make it. She could not make it down there. And she's very funny right now with even going out certain places right now. Yes. Yeah, you can't subscribe from the TV. I don't think I know. I don't. If there's anybody who knows how to do that, I want to learn as well. But no, you can't subscribe from the TV. And I literally spoke to quite a bit of people that said that they do not know how to do it. They're watched on a big TV to see, see the whole thing bigger, and they can't subscribe. But I respect that. I do respect that, you know. But if they have any suggestions for me, or something they want to talk about with this topic or any topic that I've done, they can try to have someone send me an email. Maybe I'll call you and we can sit down and we can talk. This won't be recording. This will be personal between the both of us, right? Because sometimes somebody just want to talk, and they don't want to be for it to be public. Hi, Miss Pauline Palomino. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you very much. I haven't seen you. How have you been? I haven't seen you for a while. Hi, Miss Baker. How you doing? Good evening. Good evening. So I see something that I do not know how to say it. I really see something with Pops, and I do not know how to say it. And I've been talking to Mom about it. I mentioned it to him in a jokey way a couple times. You know, I'm seeing it in myself. I'm seeing it in my mom. And it ran into my side of the family on my father's side. I do not know much of it if it ran in my mom's side of the family, but Alzheimer's ran on my father's side of the family. And it's a nasty, a horrible, horrible, horrible disease. I don't know if you ever watched The Notebook, but it's a great movie to watch called The Notebook, right? And those are the main patients that I used to work with, are patients, who had Alzheimer's. So, guys, I know a whole lot about it. Even the doctors would, come to us and ask me certain things. So, they feed off of us, the aides who are there with the patient 24/7. The doctors do not know what to do. The only thing the doctors can do, as I mentioned once a long time ago, I mentioned this into a video, it's a pill for you. Keep them up or you bring them down, lower them down when they get overexcited, right? And you guys know about the sundown syndrome, right? The sundown syndrome, when the sun coming down, that's when they get their worse with Alzheimer's, right? And you have some of them in the morning, they don't like it as well. They get, really angry and things in the morning. So it's something I've done for many years. I went to learn more about Alzheimer's. The doctors used to call and ask us, every time, what happened. For the whole day, he would sit down and little talk to us, and we'll tell him everything that we see. So, these people are still like guinea pigs, guys. They're still like guinea pigs. There's no cure for Alzheimer's right now. So, you guys need to look into your loved ones, especially the elderly ones. If you see any little signs, you guys need to note it down and watch that, right? Don't make it go too far. You guys need to note that down, right? I do see with my patients before who had Alzheimer's really bad. I call it stage 4. There's 4 different stages. When you reach the stage 4, it's a worse. Stage 4 is a worse, right? And it's so sad when they cannot remember or recognize who you are, And I've had a patient to that level where he does not recognize or remember who his kids are as well. So that movie, The Notebook, had, really, really taught me a whole lot. So please watch it if you haven't watched it. The movie's called The Notebook. So Maureen said it was hot in Atlanta. Yeah, man, really bad here today. Really, 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 really bad here today. Yeah, I think we need to. If the siblings can't come here, I think I can get them all on a phone call, and we need to sit down and talk. It's just like when my dad had passed away. You know, it was just a run around. Everybody want this done. Everybody want that done. And then it brings a big confusion and fight, right? I told my parents, which, I don't want to ever be cremated. I do not want to be cremated. So it's going to cost me some money if you can push me in some kind of box if when the time come, right? But I don't want to be cremated, right? Those are some topics that my mother and I have to talk about as well. Complex. Complex, go make some pizza. You see what I'm talking about? If you're going to join the conversation, join the conversation. If not, go and make your pizza and talk about your topics elsewhere. All right, so sorry. Yeah. So, write things down, guys. As I said, write things down. Write things down. I know I see a lot of little stuff, and I've been noticing. That is why I know a lot of things about my mom. I watch her. I watch her and see all her movements, and I know my mom very, very much. You know, I know all of my siblings and too. Don't get me wrong. You know, all of them, every one of them. I know all of them. Like I do not know. I just observe all of them all the time. One, two, three of them have high blood pressure. I have a high blood pressure, but my blood pressure raised up because of them make it get high. But I am not diabetic, thank God. They said I was on the verge of that. You know, that's another one again with Pops. So Pops is diabetic. And I know him love him sweet. And yet him have him cookie inside there, sugar free. And Pops won't touch that. But yet anything come in there. But he doesn't eat much. He doesn't eat much. I'll be honest to you. He doesn't eat much of that. But he will break a piece and eat a this, a little of this. But is it good for him every day doing that? Nope. Nope. Once in a blue mood, okay. Okay, Rosemary Henry. Okay, Marlon, thank you for the subject. My husband is seeing things that I'm scared of that. Yes, thank you, Rosemary. Yes, Rosemary. Just again, we gotta keep a check, right? Both both of you. Your husband keep a check on you, you keep a check on your husband. We're not getting older. Now, years ago it was Rosemary, it was like they would say when you reach like 55 and over it was. Now today is not that. Now it's 40. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you guys something. I remember I got scared. I got scared at one point when I started hearing about the prostate cancer. And most men do not want to go take the tests for prostate. And let me tell you, it is not 45 or 50 years old. It used to be, they talk about 50. It's starting now from 35 years old that you have to go and check for your prostate. And you need to go and check it early because they can take care of it. You understand? Before it gets worse. Before there's nothing they can do. So you guys have to remember that. I went and it was very hard for me and so like that. I was very nervous. And they said that to me what you were saying, there was like eggs. They call it eggs, like millions, and they had to laser it off for me. I was under 40 when I did that one, just to show you. I'm still being treated for it until today. I've been seeing other doctors for it. I do take medication for it. And as a matter of fact, I think I have another one to be done again. I have another big date coming up very soon as well. No other doctor is allowed to touch right there, just that one doctor. So the doctor recommend and asked me not to have anybody else. You check for anything, not to touch that at all, because you can interrupt it and make it worse. It's a tough topic. It's a tough thing for men because they don't want to go and check it. But guys, listen to me. Some of you might be younger than me. Some of you might be older than me. Trust me, I'm going through it right now and I know what it is. But I'm happy that I approached it at an early stage. Okay? I approach it at an early stage. Everybody, every man has it inside of them. So don't think it's not there. It is there. It's just that you have to watch it to see where is it. You understand? Where you can manage it or not. Right? Thank you, Miss Smith. Thank you. Sharon, remember, sickness is not correct. It used to be. They used to say, the age. It's not age anymore. You have to watch all of your loved ones, all the kids. Them, you have to watch. Things are happening today, guys, which in history we never hear of it happening before. Things are happening today, guys. This is just unbelievable that nobody have ever heard of these things. You never used to hear a great white coming so close into the shore. You never used to, all of these, this breathing, this pollution in the air we're breathing is killing us, and you don't even know that it's out there, but we're breathing it in. All this pollution, the water we're drinking, all of these things. I mean, the things we're drinking, the things we're eating, all the preservative that we're using, those are all damaging in our body, and it's causing something, and they're not telling us. They're really not telling us, guys. They're really not telling us. I'll be honest with you, when we bought this house, many years ago, right? I remember I was taking a shower, and it's like I was washing my hair and everything, and I was like, wow, there was this raw smell coming out of the water. And when I look, I had to scream to Mom. I said, Mom, the water is brown, and there it is. That's how we found out. Nobody told us. That's how we found out that our water has been contaminated into the house, right? And for years upon years, we had to fight them. We fought them to do this, to do that. We fought them. We couldn't sell a house at one point because, nobody wants to buy it with that. And I cannot lie like how other people sold a house and they knew about these problems, right? And our house was the main house that was contaminated right across the street. Many years ago, they had the fire truck people and was doing some kind of it's like a training, and that foam they used leaked, and that contaminated our well. So our homes on this side of the world is well water we have. We don't have running pipe water. On the other side of the road, there's running water. On this side of the road where we are, there's no pipe water. It's well. Right, so we found a lot of things with our wrong with our well. But already, it was too late. We were brushing our teeth with the water. We were bathing with the water. We never drank the water because, as I can remember, we have always bought bottled water to drink. But when you're brushing your teeth, you do swallow some things, you know? So here it is. We might have had all of those toxic inside of us because I'm getting this weird migraine headache until today, that I am suffering with this migraine headache that comes now and again. And these cramps that you all know already with the muscle contraction, right? How many specialists I've seen, how many hospitals I've been to, and nobody can tell me the cause of all of that. It never used to happen to me before. It is now happening to mom and pops. Is it the water? Is it now the time that's come that it's into our system and it's showing some sign now? But now they took care of all of that. We had to buy this pump and all of these things there now. So they said the water is safe, right? Even although they said it's safe, we can wash the dishes, we can bath, we can brush your teeth. It's fine. That's safe. But to drink the water, no, we don't drink the water, right? We use bottled water. I remember even inviting the town supervisor here. Well, the other town supervisor, we have a new one in there now in office now. I had invited the town supervisor and his colleagues, one or two of his colleagues here, and I put water in front of them at the table, and they wouldn't drink it. So if you guys wouldn't drink it, why you expect us to drink it? But anyway, over the period of a year, about a good 3 years straight, they were giving us bottled waters, and they were giving us the big water and the bottled waters, right? It's just to show you there was some sign here. And it's a cover up, guys. It's a cover up over here. You cannot fight these guys. We don't have that kind of money to go to court to fight these kind of guys, right? It's a lot of cover up, over here, you know? Hi, Miss Blackman. How are you doing? Good night. Good night to you. Yeah, a lot of cover up going on over here. My neighbor as well has the same. It's my neighbor and I are the two main ones. They don't like to see us when we come down to the town hall and for meetings. They really don't like to see us when we come down there because we just give it to them. It so happens even that big meeting, I never got something at my door for it. It's my neighbor who told me, are you going to the meeting? I'm like, what meeting? And when I went down there, they told me that they came here, but nobody was here. Then you come back because I'm the one who's fighting for the contamination, and let me tell you something. The gas station across my home, I hope, is it safe? They said it's going to be safe. It is safe. My well is also in front of my home. Everything that comes from there can go down into my well. So, guys, we've been fighting and fighting. I love my home. I love my home very, very much. It's my castle. I don't want to move. I just want to make sure everything is right. I was here before that gas station was there. Right? Not to make it light. I remember that movie with... Exactly, with Julia Roberts. Erica Djokovic, right? That's with Erica Djokovic. I think, it was a great movie with a contamination. I watched that movie, and that's what, let me put that water on that table. Did you know I called her? She's still alive. She still lives in Manhattan. I called her, and she told me straight out that she's not doing, So she's not doing anything because I called for help. I really called for help. I literally called her and so like that. She's not doing that anymore. Right? Can you do a 360? I'm almost done. Can you do a 360? Bring me a piece of jerk chicken and I'll show you a 360. I can even show you a 480 with a piece of jerk chicken. Nope, it's my hair, Nope, not in my hair. My hair is back here. My hair is back there. I just cut my head off. me top the side of my hair. Yes. So all of these things we have to talk about. What do we do? Does she want to stay here? Does she want to move? Again, my mom do not know. Do they want to go? They would love to move back to Jamaica. Um, because they're not going to be able to manage the winter. When the time come, they're not going to be able to manage the winter. You know, and what am I going to do? What really am I going to do? All of these things we have to sit down with mom because anywhere mom wants to go, I'm going to be going. Right? Anything to make my mom and pops happy. I would sell this house in a heartbeat. I really would. If they said they want to go down to Florida, I'm going to go. The only thing is, Jamaica. I can't. Guys, I am so, it's the truth. Hi, Miss Barbara, how are you doing? I cannot move back to Jamaica. Jamaica has a lot of buckling up to do first before I would want to move back to Jamaica. There's a lot of things happening, but you know, yeah, Jamaica medical is horrible. So if they're getting old and they want to move back to Jamaica, the medical is so horrible in Jamaica, it's a no, 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 right? So I'm going to have to think about going back and forth to Florida. At this time, they won't be able to fly anymore. They don't want to fly because mommy don't even like flying much right now anymore. I would have to drive them down to Florida for the winter time. Stay down there. So look like me have to go buy a house. T, can you buy me a house in Florida? You and Luke? I might have to go buy a house in Florida because we need something when we winter time come that we can go down to Florida, and then we can come back here to New York you know when any storm or anything comes, we can get out of there, out of Florida. That is true. Most of us do not like to go there. I hate it. And they're making it even worse for us right now, Miss Smith. They're making it worse for us now because even here in the United States, and I'm surprised that is happening here in the United States, when you go to the emergency room, plan says the whole entire day you're going to stay there. If you don't die from the late weight, you're going to die from hunger. Because I'm going to tell you, you can't eat, you can't drink till the doctor see you. The doctor don't see you till all 8, 10 hours later. That's time you're dead for hunger. And what about when you're diabetic, right? What about when you're diabetic and you have to put something and they're telling you the doctor can't see you yet? Well, pass the food, care come give me. Right? If I'm dead, I'm dead with my belly full. I got a serious question. I got a serious question. What is your favorite cheese? My foot bottom. Randinga. Blessings to you, Miss Barbara. Good night, Barbara. Yes. She can come live with me. Yes. You're going to have to take me in too because I can't give her up. I can't give her up. That was my promise I made to my mom. I do not know about everyone, how you guys and your kids are. I'm a real mama's boy. And I promised my mother, I promised myself, I promised God, as long as He blow the breath in my body, I'm going to be there with my mom. My mom is number one. So guys, when I tell you all, and I'm going to say it one more time, I'm not looking for any relationship. My mother is my relationship, is my heart. Because I don't know if I'm selfish that way, but my mother, she has given me everything that I needed. And she's still here giving. It's my turn to be there for her. I know some of you guys are married and you have your own family, but don't ever turn your back on your parents. You go and see them constantly. You keep in touch with them. Okay? I know you might be married and have, another life. But don't ever turn your back, especially on your mother, the one who carried you for 9 months. Remember that, I tell you now. Mama's baby. Exactly. I am one proud one. A proud mama's boy. You know, guys, I might be miserable. I'm not, guys, them say I'm miserable, you know. Them say I'm miserable, but I'm miserable for the right reason. When she has to take her medicine and do things. And sometimes I just want to be left alone sometimes. And so, but then here it is, you know, when she was sick, I would do anything for her to get miserable on me. So you see this, guys, how it is? Sometimes you said, you know, you're so miserable, or you walk away, and here it is when she was sick and she wasn't doing nothing, she wasn't eating, she wasn't talking. And you would be just praying to God, just, even Pops was doing things to make her get angry, just to get her, just get her back, And, you know, it's like she was just so weak when she did that surgery. She was so sick. She was so sick. Hey, Jamaica Guide TV, how you doing? Blessing, how you doing? Yeah, but you know, we have to again, we have to put things in place. We have to learn how to fill out and do these medical things. What we can get, and whatever we can get over here in the United States from the government, techie. Trust me, me telling you techie, right? Some people said, no, I don't want this, or no, techie, right? Because when the time come, you can't get it again, because you refuse it. Yeah, anything you can get, you take it, right? The only thing we're not taking is when them are forgetting your business here, right? I remember when I had broke the both left and right middle torso in my foot. This was back in 2002. And I went to social service to get help, right? From medical to whole thing, because I couldn't work. I remember the long time I was out. They gave me food stamp. And this day it was a food stamp. It wasn't a card. EBT is what them call it today. It was food stamp. But them give you these things and you can go to the supermarket. You can't pick up tissue paper. You can't pick up toothpaste and things. Just food and no hot meal either. Right? And I remember when them turned around and said, do you own a computer? Do you have any jewelry? Do you have this? Do you have any gold in your mouth? Do you have that? Do you have that? Because I wanted to get something for food stamp. And the food stamp they was giving me was $16, guys. I don't think it reached to $20. And they want me to know if I own a car, if I own a house, if I have gold in my mouth. I says, it's all right. It's all right. Me don't want nothing from you. That me don't want. But if you can get the free medical for them to come in and take care of it, take it. There is out there things that we need to learn where the government will help. If you have worked here and you put your time in, you are due to some of these things, right? So don't feel bad. You need to check those things out, what you can get, right? Everybody else coming across the border and them don't work here in the day of them life. They don't have a social, and them getting all of that. So me taking what me can get. I sure that the Americans out there, all of them were born here, is also taking what them can get. By the seaside today in Falmouth. Yeah, man. I keep on, I still have your number, and I haven't called you yet, Jamaica guy. I have to give you a call, brother. I have to give you a call. Yep. Excuse me. But again, I said, please, if you have not spoken to your parents or anything like that, you all need to take a look at them. Constantly call them, and then remember, guys, your parents, if they're much elderly, They don't want to bother you. They don't want to put the burden on you. Okay? Most of them don't want to, right? And it's for you to reach out to them. Remember, they took care of you. Okay? I don't care how miserable, how things will go. It's still your mother and it's still your father, right? You reach out to them and watch over them and try to see, what you can do for them. All these people in Jamaica, elderly people in Jamaica, I feel very sorry for them. True, well, it is available. Yes, exactly. You know, Jamaica is another story. I would love to talk about my own country, Jamaica. I do not know where to start talking about medical in Jamaica. I do not know where to start. I feel so sorry for these old elderly people in Jamaica. They can't even afford to buy their medicine, much less for even take tax if you go to the hospital, right? And much less to get a bed in at the hospital, you know? And them rather kill them out instead. Because them want you know what I mean? They want the more in and out, more space, right? But you gotta take what we can get here, guys. Take what we can get here. I need to sit down. There is something, I was talking about it. I was speaking to Miss Rose. I was speaking to Miss Rose today on the phone. And I was telling Miss Rose, I said, Miss Rose, I might have to find a job that I have to maybe work from home. Because if something happens to mom, any one of them, mom or pops, I cannot be running around doing YouTube, right? You see how we love YouTube? Everybody love YouTube. Well, a lot of you guys not like me that have this kind of heart where for them parents, right? But I would have to figure it. I would love to keep YouTube, do my thing here, some extra income coming in. I won't be able to travel as much before, but I want to do something here. So we were talking about it and said, well, at that time here in the United States, the government do pay us if we're going to be taking care of our father or mother into the house. They also pay us as well too for that. So I do not know much about that. I need to learn about that because I think it's coming to that point. I don't want to wait on it till it's too late or wait until it happens. I need to know things are in place right now. You know, how to go about it, what to do, what to do, paperworks. I need all of that right now. You know, would I be strong enough to, in my heart, to take care of mom without breaking down and pops? I'm not sure. I want to be here, but certain things I'm not sure if I can do it alone. I'm not sure, right? And I don't even like thinking about it. I said, guys, but it's something my mother, pops, and my other siblings needs to sit down and talk about. Right? We all need to sit down and talk about this kind of stuff. Yes, Miss Smith. While it's available, you take it. Because let me tell you, if you're not in it, a lot of things are being disappeared. A lot of things are being disappeared. Things that you could have had before, it's secretly going out. If you're in it, they can't take it from you. But if you weren't in there, they are taking out certain stuff, right? I just want to make sure, you know what I mean, how people can afford these, how people can really survive and live like this. You know, it's like America is not a bed of roses anymore. America is not the bed of roses anymore. America is called it's like a survival. It's become, it used to be a bed of roses for every people once upon a time. It's called survival now. You have to learn how to survive here. You know? You have to know how to beat the system here. You have to know how to get into the system here to get help. Right? You need to know all of these things. Yeah, yes, geez, thank you. I don't I pray to God, let me knock on wood 3 times. Maybe need to knock on this right in the head. Yes, I'm happy. I'm not there yet. They're okay right now. I do see her going down. I do see Pops going down. You know, it was so funny. Even the other day when I asked Pops to cut the grass. Did you all see that video? That short video. And it's something where Pops he used to love to do, be out there in the garden. And he couldn't do it. He can't do it anymore. Pops used to love to go out there and plant and things. And he can't do it anymore. It was a couple months ago, Pops went out there and just watered in the garden. And the sun hit him and it's falling when he fall down out there. Pass out, him almost pass out there in that heat. You know? So these are the things I'm talking about, guys. We have to help our parents, grandparents, anybody elderly, if you know you can help them, and it's like that, and you can help somebody, you help them, right? Because they do not know what to do. They're from the old school generation with different things, hospital, and that's about it. But today there's a lot of things on the computer that we can do research on and find the help that we need. Me's a big old dodo on the computer. Me tell anybody that. I'm a big dodo on the computer. Right? I know to turn it on and go to YouTube, and that is all. And write hello, bye bye, and things like that. I don't really know not much about computers. Right? I know I can do search. I'll be honest with you, I can do the search, but I'm one of those dodos. I'm from the old school with my mother. Yeah. Hi, Miss. Hi, Fabian and Suzette. How you doing? Good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Yep. So all of us, you see, all of us do. We're taking care of people out there. A lot of us are most Jamaicans here. I'm going to say it. Most Jamaican women and men that come from Jamaica. The women, if it's not babysitting or taking care of patient, then doing housekeeping. Most, I said. No, not everybody. Most. Men from garden to stock boy, meaning working to a warehouse, right? They come here doing that, and some of them come doing cooking now, right? Well, today, now them doing cooking. Once upon a time, you never used to have the cooking, right? But they come here and doing all of that stuff here, right? Cooking, the nursing, the whole 9 yards. So the ones who are doing the nursing now, okay, you see what we're going through. We are taking care of other patients, and you see what they're going through, right? So we need to put that into place. Here so we can talk to our patients, do this, do that, do that, but yet for our own self, we can't do it. We can't do it, for our own self. It is so hard. When somebody's sick, you know the remedy to give that person. Everybody, take this, take that, take this, take that. And when you sick, Lord God, me dead, me go dead, and you don't know if to take. You do not know how to take care of your own self, but you can take care of somebody else. You see, when I was sick and everybody say, Marlon, you gotta take this, you gotta take that, you gotta take that. And then sometimes I call them and them sick. How comes yet you're not taking what you tell me to take? You understand what I'm saying, guys? So, is it I said we do have to start doing the same thing where you're preaching, we have to do it for ourselves, for each other, right? For your parents, them, right? So, just like how we're taking care of other patients, we need to put our parents, them in front as well, too, right? I checked out the long-term insurance. I telling you, something you can't afford. If you were not into the system many years ago, if I knew of that, It's just that when you're young, you don't understand things and you just want to go party and you don't care about that. You say when the time come, it come. If I was smart, I would have opened and did a lawn care insurance, right? Medical insurance for my mother, my father, myself, right? Today, you don't have lawn care insurance. So, lawn care insurance, guys, anytime you get sick in your home, your insurance will cover 24 hours, 7 days a week for somebody to be in here to take care of your loved ones, right? 24 hours, 7 days a week if you had long term care insurance. Today, you can't get, you can get it, you can't afford it. Trust me, you just can't afford it today. It is very, very expensive. Good night, good night. Right. You cannot, I really wish if I had done, something with that long care insurance, even for myself. I mean, you wish. I remember there was another insurance I used to have. It's not out there anymore. Anyway, I take sick and I went to the hospital. They paid me $300 a day. They must pay me to go to the hospital. $300 a day. That was what? Combined insurance. I remember that. Combined insurance. Many years ago. If you were sick and you went to the hospital and they admit you in the hospital for a couple of days, $300 a day they paid you. You don't find those things anymore. You don't find those things anymore. Everything you have to find out of your own pocket. You have to put your house, your car, everything, and they do the credit check. Don't get me wrong. Don't think you can hide it. Where them say, do you own a car? Do you own a house? Don't think you can hide it. They're going to do a credit check on you and know exactly what you own. Right? So, guys, check out your insurance. Check out the best insurance. Anybody, everywhere is different. I'm in New York. Florida have a different insurance kind of system. We have here in New York. Jersey might have something different. Wherever you are, check out your insurance. See if there's anything new you need to know about, because a lot of new stuff coming out with insurances and other little things on the internet. And if you don't go and check it out, you don't see them publish it. They don't publish it. They publish when they need money. They don't publish when it's something you can get for free. Okay? Hey, Michael B., how you doing? Yeah. Yeah. They do not publish when they need, when they're giving something out, when there's something you can get, right? Which is for free. But when it comes to money or any kind of payment, they do publish things like that. Hi, with wisdom, how you doing? Yeah. So, guys, I'm not going to be staying long tonight, guys. I think it's over that, but I'm stay here. I would love to hear some comment. I will read it back right now. Your comments as well. Anybody wants to jump in, go ahead, answer like that. I will take it easy with mom. I will always keep an eye on them. You know, going to Jamaica is very hard. You all know, as I said, I'm leaving very soon to Jamaica. August coming up soon, and I should be leaving some part in August there to Jamaica. I wanted to find. Hey, Jamaica Newfie, how you doing? How you doing? Good night to you. How you doing, brother? Guys, let's big up Jamaica Newfie for me, please. Yeah. This help. I'm telling my just even laying in the bed. Sometimes I have to rub my legs, my ankle. Right. The doctors them don't want me to even fly to Jamaica, but I have to. I have to, right? I just going to, thanks to Miss Denise Clark, she sent me those stockings that I'm going to wear on the plane going. I just can't wear shorts. I've got to make sure I wear pants, right? But the legs them swell up when I fly, or if I sit in too long, it swells up. That's good, brother. Thank you, Miss Smith. Thank you, thank you. Uh, yeah, I'd love to do a link up one day with Mr. Newfie. He need to come here, make Auntie Pauline, make him like, when him leave him, I'm telling you, when you leave, brother, I'm have to go wheelie out of here. My doctor said to me, she's no longer with the firm though because she retired. And I thought she was the best doctor ever. The doctor says, I don't care. You can eat as much as you want, Marlon. Eat wherever you want. Just eat in moderation, in small portions. Right? Because them say some people fat, but yet they're fat, but they're healthy. Okay? They're healthy. They're healthy. Okay? You have people who skinny and have high blood pressure, them have more problems than some fat people, right? So just eat whatever you want. Just eat in moderation. Just be careful what you eat, right? The preservative, that's one thing I'm trying to come off of, preservative stuff. Things in the can, we eating a lot of things in the can and it has the preservative. How safe is it? How safe is it? Is it something that in the long run can affect us? Explore the fun in real live stream at IR. T, delete that person from whoever that is for me, please. I don't know who that is. I'll delete the person. Excuse me, guys. You know, but again, I'm not going to stay on late. I just wanted to talk to you guys about, what I see with my mother today. Thank you very much, T. I appreciate it. Um, you know, when you look at her and you see something different, it make you wonder. This is what pulls up all of this today. You know, I was literally cooking and I saw this today. I know I've been watching it. Don't get me wrong, I've been watching it. And then when Miss Rose called me today, I say, Miss Rose, I'm going to go live. I'm going to make like a small video and say I'm going to go live. I remember hanging up the phone from her and I just put up a small video and said I'm going to go live. It was something bothering me today. It was something bothering me today, you know? What? Okay. Okay. Correct. Yes. Um, s- Miss Smith, I respect that, some things. But I think the processed ham, the processed turkey, those are the things. I mean, those are processed, you know, any, let me tell you, if it has some me go, me tell you, 'cause me can't give up my corned beef. Me can't give up my corned beef and my sausage and my sardine sometimes. right? But the cold cuts, those have the preservative into it, and I don't think it's healthy. I'm trying to come off of the cold cuts. I went to Poughkeepsie today and buy the bread. I needed a Jamaican bread. Yeah. So anyway, guys, as I said, please, with your loved ones, do me a favor. Keep a check on them. Reach out to them. If you haven't reached out to your parents in a long time, reach out to them. All right. See how them doing. See if them okay. Answer like that. You know. But I do not know what is happening here in the United States. But I see a big difference. I see a big thing happen, a difference in the United States here, and we have to be careful. We're losing everything day by day. Things that was offered to us and said that we'll get it for working here and putting in all of that to work, here, right, into social security. And here it is, they're taking it away back from us and taking away everything slowly. So guys, again, keep a check out on everything what's happening through your medical. Find out what you can get, what you can get, and get it. Even if you don't need it, get it. Right? You get that help that you're into the program already before it's too late. You know? That you're such a person keeping with your mom. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Smith. Mom is okay, Michael. I was just watching her today, Michael. While she was cooking and just the heat and this, I was just watching her. A lot of things that she was doing. I really was watching her. And I see, she was getting weaker. You know, in that sense. Otherwise, she's trying to build her strength from the hospital, but I'm talking a different kind of weakness, the age weakness coming up, and I'm trying to just prepare myself, for these things because sometimes you're not prepared for these things, right? You know, well, I don't know. I know about most of you guys. Do you guys who here in the United States set up somebody to be their medical proxy? Let me see how much of you really have on this. There are 37 people here now. How much of you here in the United States, and I guess in Canada might have it, in England might have a different term for it or a different name for it, but medical proxy is somebody who makes a decision, a loved one. You know what I mean? Who can go back to the room with them, who can make some medical decision. Who here has a medical proxy? Nadine, Miss Jackson. Me, okay, good. I have it for my mom. Right? And I'll be honest to you, that was just set into place. That was just set into place the other day when I went to the emergency room. Even although I was her son, they did not want me to go back there with her. Right? And I said, no, I need, they said, well, you need that. So from once you have your things in place as a medical proxy and you set that up, you also have to notify the hospital and you have to notify the pharmacy and anywhere. So even if you travel, you go somewhere, they can send it to the other hospital for you, right? A medical proxy, right? I remember when Melissa and I went to Florida and Melissa was having shorter breath and they rushed her back there. And she was telling them, I want them to come around. They would not send me around there because I was not her medical proxy. It was way later after that experience of not being able to go around there to see your loved one. That's, hurt a whole lot. And that's when I started doing the medical proxy, right? I've been a medical proxy for every patient that I work for. I was a medical proxy for them because I know more about them than their own family. one after one. Then they will send you. Yep. Yes, ground protein is the best ground things. Yeah, man. With yam, with cocoa, dasheen, breadfruit. Them are the best things. I love all of that, but I can't eat that every day. I'll be honest to you. Me have a look at the China blood. Me need my rice quite a bit sometimes. But dumpling, I can eat dumpling every day. Every day. Fry and boil. You know. Hey, Luke, how you doing? How you doing? Guys, let's wish Luke a happy birthday. Him still in his birthday month. His birthday gone, but him still in his birthday month. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. But please, guys, really, out of fun and joke, you guys see me laugh a lot. You guys see me joke around a lot. But when it comes down to some things, I'm very serious with. And I'm very serious of, you know, getting things in place, right? Don't wait until the time come. It's too late. Please don't, right? Try. It's easy. Medical proxy. Just if you have your loved one, you speak to your loved one about it, and you go. Sometimes, if you want, you can go get it printed out, and have the notary signed it. You send one to the hospital, give one to the hospital, and things like that. But you need to start getting your medical proxy out. Start getting out, writing down what your family wants. You know, if somebody wants to do this, if they want to go back to Jamaica, before a certain time, or if they don't want to take certain things, you need all of that in writing, and get it notarized, right? Get it all notarized. You can bring that notary paper anywhere in the world, right? From Jamaica all over with that stamp, you can bring it anywhere. So get it notarized. Val, what do you call a Mexican rapper? Your daddy. That's what I call Mexican rapper. Your daddy. Yes. These people really have nothing better to do sometimes. So sorry, you play back the same game with them. The same game with them. So Val, you couldn't come in and say hello to everybody instead of asking that question first. You come in and you show respect. Thank you, T. I try to teach these people something sometimes, cause sometimes they come. Sometimes it's kids. But again, this is just not a room for the kids right now, right? If they can come into the room and be polite and say hello and respectful and jump into a subject or something, they're going to come and ask certain questions. They didn't need to go. They really need to go. All right, guys. Think that's about it for me. Um, did I post up that video? Nope. Exactly, D and family. But sometimes our kids, they're really kids. Sometimes you just have those kind of people that has nothing. Their life is so miserable, and they want other people life to be miserable too. So that's why you see they come on and do those things. Sometimes you really want to know what really go into their head for them to be doing that. What the kick they get out of that. I really want to know what kick they really get out of it. Is it a joke? They're trying to make a joke and thing. Then there's a lot of other. Then he needs to click on it, and those YouTubers who runs joke and thing. Then go over to their room and run a joke. Those kind of joke. You know. Hi Donna, how you doing? Eh, I never saw Miss Donna right into the room. Oh, there it is. I just saw Dee and family and and Luke say hi, Miss Donna. I didn't see it because I was just talking away. So I said hi, Miss Donna. How you doing? Yeah. And remember, guys, if you're traveling, another thing I want to mention: if you guys are traveling soon and you haven't traveled in a little while, you need to find out more, right? The hand luggages. Well, I know JetBlue. I had the experience on JetBlue, so I know it's JetBlue, but it's a lot of airlines as well, where the the carry on has to meet that limit now, and it can't be puffy like how we used to fill it up with everything. It can't be puffy. It has to fit into this thing. And the suitcases, then they said that anyhow the suitcase goes over the £50, you'll be paying a big fee for it, right? So, guys, I want you guys to check that out, right? And I want you guys to do a little prayer for me. Me going to Jamaica within the next 2 weeks or so or less, and I want you guys to pray for me. I know God is on my side. I'll be okay, but like it's always good for ask for like a prayer. I don't. I want to call somebody out. I need to shout somebody out. I was watching Janella Faye. Are you still here? Or I was watching something today, and I told you this guy who preaches chosen something chosen. I'm trying to remember what his name. Janelle, are you still around or no? Let me just see if she's here. I'm trying to. Let me see if I can find his link. What do you call a sleeping bull? T, get rid of him. I pick up yourself, look. Okay. Y'all see colors with him truck. Man. So, let's see where it is. Blinkview TV. Hold on. No. Boy, I should have write these. That's why I said sometimes it's nice to write these things down. So remember, guys, tomorrow I have that thing coming up tomorrow in White Plains. And I hope Garfield Williams will be there. I want to see some other people there with me. I hope you guys, whoever is around town, will come and support and sit at the table with me. Okay, here he is. Chosen Remnants International. I was watching that young man and so like that today. And, a lot of people not into a lot of stuff. I like to watch and listen and learn and do some more stuff. And I was watching him where he's taking the church to the streets. Right? I see he's taking those things to the street. He's taking Jesus to the street, the church, and he was there. They were out there praying. I think that was Trenchtown. And they was praying for this young girl. And I'm not lying. It touched my heart. It really touched my heart with this young girl. I sent a message out to Janella Faye that I wanted to donate something for that young girl. Whatever what he was praying today really touched her, and You saw where, she broke down and, Jesus, God touch her, God touch her, God touch her. You can see it when, when she break down, a young girl, right? God touch her. And you can see sometimes, as I was saying, sometimes people just need a little guidance. Sometimes we lose our way sometimes, and we just need somebody to help us, to guide us to find our way back. You know, you see somebody that even if you do not know, you kind of care about this person, or even if you do not know the person, and you see a person, and if you can talk to that person and guide that person back to on track, please, guys, help out, do it. Because just that alone is like, I was just watching that. My hands are full, guys. My hands are full right now with my Jamaican thing. But I had to reach out. It's like something just pulled my hand to the computer and just type in, I want to donate something to that young lady. And that is just how my heart is. They were just praying, and I saw where it's like Jesus, God touch her. God touch her. And she got into spirit a little bit, crying. And those are the things that affects me sometimes when I watch these things. Not everything we believe in, but I'm a strong believer of God. I might not go to church. I'm a strong believer of God. I'm a strong believer. Trust me, I'm a strong believer of God. Right? I believe everything that's happening in my life was meant to happen. Like, I believe even colors. I keep on saying, all with colors. Everything happened for a reason. You know what I mean? And it's like it was meant to be. Every single thing was meant to be. I couldn't ask for somebody better than that. Me and him talk all the time. And it's like he guides me. I would call him and guide him as a bigger brother as well too. So it's like every single thing. And you guys saw the tsunami that happened to the Philippines. I called him right away. Right away when I heard, thank you, T. Actually, it was T who told me. Thank you very much, T. I called right away, and I asked him if he heard about it. He said yes. I said, did you check up on those people? He said yes. And I was telling him, because you do not know what goes through little brother head sometimes. I was telling him if he was making any plans to go to the Philippines right now, not to go, because normally another one happens and another one happens before it ends there. So I want him to be very careful. You know what I mean? I know he wants to go back to help out. I cannot force him. The only thing we can do is pray for him. If he makes a decision that he goes, so we can only pray for him for his journey there and safe back home, right? But I just don't really want him to go. That's just how I feel. I just don't want him to go there now, right? Okay, guys. Whoa, it's going. Can somebody tell me how long I've been online? I promised myself, guys, tomorrow I have a big day. I iron my clothes for tomorrow event. I'm picking up Garfield at the airport. We're going to go do a little video shoot before the thing. And I have a long day tomorrow. That's why I want to try to get some sleep. For tomorrow, it's a big day tomorrow. It's going to be a big day for me tomorrow. I do not know if it can be live. If there's no music, I'll ask and find out. 93 minutes. Thank you, Randingo. If this could be live tomorrow, I would love for you guys to experience this tomorrow. It's an honor for them to reach out to me. It's an honor for them to reach out for me. And guys, Marlon I just know that Marlon going to go on stage and him tongue them going twist and make a fool of himself. Lord Jesus. I just gonna do everything from the heart. I am just gonna make my speech from the heart. Okay? Auntie Mom cannot go, Auntie Pauline cannot go tomorrow. You can see it's what happened to even her today. She cannot go. She has to stay home. So I'm gonna just apologize and make a little speech from my mom, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about how my paid forward started, which you all know. How did I started my paid forward? You see, hear me mumbling? That means it's tired. How did I started my paid forward, and why? Why did I do these things? And guys, I need your help in something else. Thank you, RD and family. Thank you. I can do it. Yeah, I'm nervous. I did not write anything down. I'll be honest with you. I have not. I was supposed to write down a speech and do this. I says I'm just going to do it from the heart. I am just going to do it from the heart and just tell people exactly how, how it really started and so on and so forth. I can tell you, I've always had this inside of my body, but you all remember, I said I was a spoiled child. I was a really spoiled pitney, right? And my mother wanted me to experience something, and she brought me to Honduras. Until you have traveled to one of those countries to see a disaster or anything like that on ground yourself with your feet on ground and your hands helping, you will never really understand what I saw and I felt there. Okay? And that's what changed my life. Then that was in 1998. And in 2000, that movie came out called Paid Forward, right? And I wanted to see if I could make a big difference in this world. I really wanted, I wanted to, I'll be honest to you, nobody would ever believe the countries that I felt so sorry for. I said, these are kids, and I don't think people even look at it, that there are kids out there, Iraq, Iran, Philippines, all of those countries, all of these countries. When you look at these kids crying with all of these things, I wish if I could just hold all of them and pull them to safety. And I can't. I sit down, I can't watch the news, guys. I'll be honest to you. I can't tell you when last I turn on my TV to watch news. Any little thing I pop on is on my computer. Okay, any little thing is on my computer, pop on. I don't turn on the news anymore. It bothers me a whole lot. And so I decided, since I was in Honduras, I decided to try Honduras. And it was AOL chat, guys. It was AOL chat at that time. There was no YouTube. There was no Facebook at that time or anything like that. It was AOL chat. And I remember sending 3 people a message to see if they believed in God, and I was going to send them something, and they wanted to know what I was sending. I said, I don't want nothing in return, just one little favor, but nothing really in return that you have to send back something from me. I wanted them to do the same thing that I did for them, and tell the same thing I told them to tell that other person, right? Is to do that whenever they can. I don't expect them when I send them money now to go do that now. Whenever they can, if ever in life that they reach to that point where they can help somebody and tell that person to help somebody else, and it goes on. I wanted to see if I could impact the world, and that movie really, 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 really got to me. I went from there, from Honduras, I went over and did it to Mexico. I did it in Guatemala. Now I'm doing it in Colombia. And tell you the truth, I did it also. Well, I didn't do it. I was in Puerto Rico, and I did some help some people in Puerto Rico when I was in Puerto Rico. But that's how it really started, guys. That's how everything started with me, just being on grounds in Honduras when Mom took me to show me how people really live and so like that, and it was very touching, right? And I think that is what changed me. Um, when I first came here to the United States, well, to New York, because I lived in Florida for 4.5 years before that. When I first came to New York, I was just turning 17. And let me tell you, I wasn't a bad kid. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't a really bad kid. I didn't never did drugs or anything like that. I used to have a drink. I just can't hold my drink. I was a teenager drinking as a teenager because of friends at one point, and so I used to drink and get drunk because I never knew how to drink. I get drunk very easily. So if you give me a glass of wine, I can get drunk off of a glass of wine, right? Um, but just going there to Honduras and seeing all of those people how they had to live and what they had to do, and losing their loved one and trying to you know doing so much, and yet they were still happy and still trying to show us Mom and I loves, and yet they were going through such a hard time at that moment. you know you guys have to. I think everybody should experience this. Everybody should really go and experience something like that, some kind of disaster, and it will open up your eyes. You will see what you have is a whole lot, right? What you have, what you're living on, it's a whole lot. Those people have zero compared to what you have they're living on, you know? And I want people to understand that. Why, they have to come here. Why did we come here? Why did most of us Jamaican come here? For a better life. For a better life. It's, of course, it's harder. Most of us fly here. They can't afford to fly here, so they come in a different way. And I do feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them so much. I really, really do feel sorry for these guys. The Latin got people, right? I feel really sorry for them, but some of them deserve to be thrown back, and some of them, oh God, let's give them a break. Let's just give them a break here. Let them try to make life just like how we are here trying to make life. Every nation is coming here trying to make life. You know, um, the one thing I do not respect, I don't care who it is, I do not respect any Latinos or any nation coming into this country and can get their driver's license just like that. It's too easy, and I don't think it should be like that, because I always say my mother could be driving on that road, and here it is. You really just bought your license, and something happened. Any one of us, you understand? And that is the only thing I don't respect, is those kind of stuff, or they're getting certain benefits which we're here can't get. They do deserve to be able to go to the hospital, just like Canada. Canada don't run nobody away. Canada has the best medical, free medical you can think about. They don't have to pay for that, right? But I do feel sorry for these people. We got to get them a break. Anyway, you see how I jump off track? Back. That's how I started my paid forward thing. So I went to Honduras, and I saw what happened there. And I came back, and I tried to. I started doing the right thing, guys. I start picking up slowly. Not all at once. I'll be honest with you. I was a big troublemaker in my days. With my brother and my sister, and so like that. And I went out a lot. Guys, I used to go out a lot. I used to party 7 nights a week. 7 nights a week. I used to go out all the time and go dance. And so I've changed my life. I don't really, really go much back to the clubs. I don't really drink anymore. Um, So, I've had an impact. Everything happened for me. Everything happened. God is talking to me now, and I wish if I can do more for other people. I wish if I could do more. It let me feel good, guys. You guys don't understand how it let me feel. You know, it let me feel good when you're helping out somebody. It let you really feel good. I know that when I go to Jamaica and I give away that food, those food that I have to give away to all those people, I know I can sleep at night to know that they have something in their stomach, guys. And I'm not giving them something just for one day. I'm giving them something that can last them for all a week, right? And things has been hard, but I've been pushing things together. I still have one and two people still, donating to me now, sending some stuff right now to me, which is really nice. Big up to Big Don's Kitchen in Poughkeepsie. His wife, his mother, the whole family. They're still working on something for me right now as well. So big up to them. I respect them very much. Miss Pat, big up to you. Without you, this wouldn't have, I couldn't have gone through without this. Miss Blackwood, big up to you. Um, Benji Lifestyle. What's her name again? Oh my God, she's gonna kill me. You know what I mean? Thanks to you as well. Um, you know, everybody who's donated something, I'll be calling out when I go to Jamaica. Wrote down everything. I have quite a bit of envelopes here. You know, I have quite a bit of envelopes here right now that I'm going to be, handing out things to when I go down, and some other things that I have to buy in Jamaica. Thank you to Uncle Tyrone and Munchie for also going to the supermarket and finding out the prices there for me so I can know what what I need to get and what I don't need to get. Oh, you know, thanks to all of them. Donna West, hello, hello, hello. D, I have to record this because anyone I make a mistake, I'm posting it up. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. But I think I'm going to be fine. Just keep on track. Remember, it's not one of my live. I am just going to just tell them how I started my, paid forward, right? Because, and I have to remember, it's only 4 or 5 minutes they're going to give me to talk. Wow. Look good, Josh, YouTuber. Big up yourself, Josh. Josh just messaged me, so I'm going to call him. I haven't spoken to Josh in a long time. Yeah, I'm going to call him. Yeah, man. Hey, Neville, how you doing? Guys, can you all do me a favor now? We're going to do a little countdown. For me, I'm going to say good night, guys. I'm getting a little tired here, I'm telling you, old age catching on to me too. Everybody said, no, you look young. Old age catching me too. I don't feel the strength to what the things I could have done myself. But have a good night. Good night, Miss Donna. Good night, good night. Thank you very much again for coming in. And I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. Right? I'm just going to wait until you guys cut down and just say a good night to everyone. And thank you very much for, always being here for me and keeping this room clean and nice. You know what I mean? Respectful room. I respect all of you for that. Thank you, Randingo. Thank you. Give all your parents and people for me. Give them a big hug for me and tell them I love them. Okay? Tell them I never met them, but I love them. All right? So, yes, Randingo, little brother, you take care of yourself. All right? See you, very soon. All right? Rosalie Benji, she's going to kill me. Rosalie is going to kill me. Me and Rosalie, so like, we not just Rosalie is a YouTuber, guys, so you can go over and subscribe to her. A great friend, a great person to have. I know she's busy, can't make, she's not making much videos because she's busy, busy, busy working. But Rosalie is a YouTuber, a good friend. Became a friend of mine, somebody who I can call and talk to, right? So, big up yourself, Rosalie Menji. Have a good night, TN family. Blessings to you. Thank you very much, very much. Miss Smith, blessings to you too and your family as well. I thank you and I appreciate you. Luke and T, thank you as well. Everybody here, Neville, everybody, Miss Donna, everybody who's been here. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much for coming in and watching my live and supporting me. There's two Donnas, so I have to say both Donnas. Fabian and Suzette, everybody who's here, thank you. Michael B, Jamaica Newfie, of course, Have a good night, guys. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, thank you. Blessing, blessing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to make that recording tomorrow. I'm going to record as much as I can. I will post that video. It won't be able to be tomorrow. I will post that video for Sunday, if not for Monday. All right. So tomorrow, keeping my fingers crossed, for tomorrow. And I want to, boy, Garfield traveling so far to come here just to support this. Again, big up yourself, Garfield Williams. Nobody do the things that you do, brother. The amount of transfers that man have to take to come to New York from Florida just to support this and what he did for Colas, I big him up very much for that. Garfield Williams. A very nice, a very decent brother. Yeah, man. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. Respect and love you all. Bye-bye.